All right, welcome. We are live here at the Rusted Recreation Center in West Fargo, North Dakota. Mike Mason with you here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Hope you're having a great morning. We have a full weekend of basketball coming up for you today and tomorrow. 9 girls basketball games today and 9 tomorrow. And if you go to our website at msportsnet.com, and on the on-demand, under the broadcast button, you click on on-demand. You'll come to this screen here, and that's where we put the complete list of who's playing who for today. We didn't put it on our normal schedule. So if you go to our final scores page, you'll be able to see who's playing who and at what time. So as you can see, we got games at 9, 10, 15, 11:30, 12:45, all the way up to 7 o'clock. So that will, and these will be 2 20-minute halves. And our first game is about to get underway here between ND Pro Olson, which will be in the red jerseys. And then you have ECI Gray, who will be obviously in the gray jerseys. And 20-minute halves. We'll take the team foul away here for ECI, and we'll get everything set at 0, and we'll be ready to go, I hope, anyway. So, and we are underway. Almost, we're underway here. There's a three-pointer up, and it'll be a jump ball. Oh, okay, so it's not 20-minute halves. It must be 15 because the clock's at 13:36 right now. So let's make an adjustment on that. I apologize for that. All right, so 13:28 is the correct time. And we got our first trip to the free throw line. Shooting for ECI Gray is Sauvé Seymour, and she puts ECI Gray on the board. And they'll be rebounded there by Kaylee Crabtree from Hawley High School. Gets it to Aggie Wagner. Now back up time between the circles here to Crabtree. Crabtree being defended there by Gustafson. Now wide open top of the key, that's Emily Shrema, and that one's a little bit off the mark. A rebound underneath and a foul coming on the way here. So they actually have ECI Gray as the home team on the scoreboard. So, but we'll just keep it as is. I think we can handle it. First free throw there is missed. At the line is Grace Miller from Fargo North High School. And both of them are a little bit off the mark, and there's a lane violation. So the lane violation is on ECI Gray. So that will give one more shot there for Grace Miller. She went 0 for 1 officially, and that one won't go in, but I believe that was, let's see here, was that number 22? That was Emily Shrema with the basket. So Miller 0 for 2. And now a steal coming back the other way. That is Crabtree. And she tried to put it off the glass. That one falls a little short. Shrema with the loose ball rebound. Puts it up and in. Emily Shrema with all 4 points here for ND Pro Olson. And it's 4-1. There's another tip away and a steal. It's picked up there by Grace Miller. She'll take it to the hoop and lay it in off the glass. And it's 6-0 ND Pro Olson. Or 6-1, excuse me. Driving into the lane, and the pass to the outlet corner here was broken up, and now will go out of bounds here. Stops the clock with little over 12 minutes to go here. So inbounds pass will come to Crabtree. She'll bring it up over the timeline. For number 4 is Kylie, number 5 is Kaylee. Both of them sisters from Hawley High School. That shot's a little bit off the mark. Coming back the other way here, Savannah Gustafson, and that ball's stolen away there by Miller. Miller brings it down the near side of the lane, stops, puts up a 9-footer. That rolls off the back of the rim out of bounds. Now the whistle will sound, and I'll stop the clock with 12:29 to go here in the first half of play. Once again, 2 halves of basketball. Game 1 of 9 today. So Kaylee Crabtree from the inbounds pass. A couple passes later gets it up to Kylie Crabtree. Back over to Kaylee Crabtree for a three from the corner. Off the back rim, it will not go. Rebound comes down to Seymour. 12-17 and counting to go as Seymour brings it back over for ECI Gray. Being guarded by Addie Wagner, pushes it into the corner there for Hecox. Hecox drives the baseline, bounces pass across past the lane, spinning around. Shot was up there by Seymour. Loose ball collected by Kylie Crabtree in the near corner. She somehow weaves her way through three ECI Gray defenders and hangs onto the ball without losing it. Steps in, a little free throw line extended near side, and Kylie Crabtree is on the board with 2 points for ND Pro Olson. 11:45 and counting to go here. Ball at the top of the key, and they'll put it into the hands there. Seymour. Seymour stops, steps back, free throw line, back rim, bounces around, won't go. Rebound underneath there by Avery Bartles. Bartles gets it back to Seymour. That one's off the mark. Saved by Kinsey Hoff, but into the hands of Addie Wagner. Up court now to Grace Miller. Miller off the glass. A little bit of defense. Couldn't get the first one in. Got the first 2 rebounds. Now she's going to get fouled by Avery Bartles, and that'll stop the clock with 11:18 to go here in the first half of play. I have it looks like a full team substitution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 in, 5 out. So with some new players on the floor here. Got used to the first group. Now we get used to the second group here. Kaylee Crabtree will trigger it in. And that'll be loose ball be picked up there by ECI Gray. They'll work it up into the hands there of number 30. I don't have number 30 on my roster, so I apologize for that. Underneath, another foul occurs. Up top, I believe that is, I want to say Seymour, but I'm not sure. Now with the ball is Stevenson. No numbers on the front of those t-shirt jerseys there, so we'll do the best we can. And that'll be up and underneath for a foul on both teams have 2 fouls now, according to my numbers here. They don't have fouls on the scoreboard, so those fouls are unofficial. At the free throw line there, Sadie Stevenson, and she gets the second point of the ball game here from the free throw line, and it's 8-2. Stevenson's second free throw, her foot went over the line. That one won't count. The ball will go back to ND Pro Olson. 10:28 to go here in the first half of play. ND Pro Olson with a 6-point lead as an inbounds pass comes into the far side of the court to Kaylee Crabtree, wearing a green shoe and a orangish pink shoe. That'll be an easy one to remember. Crabtree just inside the 3-point line, just a little bit off the mark. Rebound grabbed there by Abby Morris. Morris works it back into Crabtree. Then it's off the foot out of bounds to Caitlin Haas, and that'll stop the clock with 10:09 to go here in the first half of play. Inbounds pass from Crabtree comes in, tipped into the hands there of Abby Morris. Morris to Crabtree, corner 3, off the mark, won't go. Rebound, it was initially touched there by Sadie Stevenson, but she lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with ND Pro Olson. 8-2, a little over 10 minutes to go here in this one. Inbounds pass comes into the near corner for Abby Morris, and that one's poked away. It's taken away by Caitlin Haas all the way to the hoop, and it rolls off the rim. She cannot get the layup, struggle for the ball, and it hits a chair as it goes out of bounds, and that will stop play with 9:50 to go here in the first half of play. Crabtree pokes it out there for Kennedy Vettel. That one rattles off the rim. Rebound tipped into the hands of Brooke Johnson. ECI Gray Johnson will bring it up. Nearly traveled there. Got it out just in the nick of time. And then as she drives into the lane, she draws the foul on Abby Morris. So a couple of substitutions here. You got Addie Wagner along with Kylie Crabtree and Emily Shrema coming into the lineup for ND Pro Olson. And a loose ball is going to be picked up there by Shrima. Shrima tips it into the hands there of Kylie Crabtree into the near corner. Wagner for a three. She got it. 11-2 now in favor of ND Pro Olson. Oh, take that. Her foot was on the line. We'll take 1 point away. No, they did give her the third point, so we'll put 1 point back on. Quick steal the other way. Crabtree won't go. Wagner gets the rebound, pumps it up for a three from Abby Morris, and that one's up and in. And ND Pro Olson is cruising here so far in the first half of this one. ECI Gray pushes it into the near corner here. Now they work it up to the top of the key into the hands of Stevenson. Stevenson trying to dribble through defenders. Loose ball picked up there by Shrima. Shrima dribbles it up court. Crabtree can't get to it before it goes out of bounds. They'll stop the clock with 8:35 and another substitution here for ECI Gray as they trail by 12 with 8:35 to go here at the Rustad Recreation Center in West Fargo, North Dakota. Mike Mason with you here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Certainly appreciate you tuning in on this early morning. We have games. The final game will start at approximately 7 p.m. this evening. So we hope that you'll stay with us all day long. We understand if you need to go get some food occasionally. That one is a little bit off the mark there, and it'll be pulled down by Crabtree. Crabtree dribbles into the free throw line, pops it up top here from Morris. Morris works it back inside, off the glass and in. It's Emily Shrima. She has 6 points now. Far side, it's Seymour. Seymour works it up top, puts it into the hands there. Hecox dribbles around a couple of defenders and drops it in. Nice job there by Jaden Hecox. 2 more points there for ECI Gray, and it's 16-4. Number 4, Kylie Crabtree with the basketball. Plays high school ball for the Holly Nuggets. Always an entertaining duel to watch when you see a Holly Nuggets game. Up top, 3 on the way. It's Shrima. That's off the mark. Loose ball comes down into the hands of, couldn't quite see who that was. Let's check it out. That was Abby Morris with the bucket. 7:27 and counting to go here in the first half of play. Driving into the lane is Gustafson. She'll pop it out. That shot's off the mark there out of the hands of Kinsey Hoff. Battle for the rebound. Wagner gets it and gives it into the hands of Shrima. Shrima up court now to Abby Morris. Morris had the ball poked away. It goes out of bounds. I'll stop the clock with 7:11 to go here in the first half of play. Checking in for ND Pro Olson, number 9 is Kennedy Vettel. I have to admit, it's doing a lot of baseball. It's nice to get back to basketball here. Last time we did a basketball game was in late February, right before the plug was pulled on all the high school sporting events, as Emily Shrima gets her 8th point of the night, and it's 22-4 in favor of ND Pro Olson. And now a whistle will stop the clock there as we have a foul underneath. So ECI Gray will inbound it from the baseline here. Bounce pass goes into the hands of Avery Bartles. Bartles pops it out, 3 on the way, too strong, right into the hands of Kennedy Vettel. Vettel works it up top for Crabtree. Crabtree with a one-on-one, gets around the defender, rolls off the rim on the layup, and the rebound's grabbed down by ECI Gray. They get it into the hands of Sauvé Seymour, and there was a bar in my way. Let's see who got that. That was Gustafson who got the basket. .625 to go here in the first half of play. Loose ball picked up by Hecox. She'll bring it up and over the timeline. Now work it down low, but it's tipped by Emily Shrima into the hands of Addie Wagner. Gets it up to Crabtree with a nice pass across the lane there to Grace Miller for the bucket. 24-6 in favor of ND Pro Olson here. Bringing it over the timeline is Seymour. Seymour trying to get through the lane, but the shot's blocked there by Shrima. Now the loose ball picked up, brought over the timeline by Fargo North's Grace Miller. Wide open for 3 is Crabtree. A little bit too strong off the front iron, but Addie Wagner's there for a 3 of her own. She got it. That's her second triple in this contest, and it's 27-6 now in favor of ND Pro Olson. Trying to work the ball inside, and I believe she traveled. Yep, she did indeed travel. Now stop the clock with 5:35 to go as we have some more substitutions coming in on the floor. .537 and counting. Our clock's back on now. This is Crabtree with the basketball. Bounce pass inside. Grace Miller spins off the glass and in. Grace Miller with 6 points now of ND Pro Olson's 29. They'll get into the hands of Brianna Dick, and once again, I don't have a number 30 on my roster. I could make a guess. She looks familiar. But looking at the roster, I don't see the name that would be the one I'm thinking of, so. .501 to go. Inbounds pass comes to Grace Miller. They work it back down low into the hands of Shrima. Up top, Vettel for three. Off the back iron, it won't go. Rebound comes down into the hands there. Kinsey Ha, or check that. That's Sadie Stevenson, excuse me. Stevenson struggling, gets it back to her teammate Dick. Dick will dribble back up top of the key, and the pass is intercepted by Grace Miller. It's a 2-on-2 back the other way. Miller takes it almost herself. Gave it up to Crabtree. She got her own rebound. Loose ball back to Miller. That one won't go in. Battle for the ball and a whistle, and ball's going to go back to ECI grade. 29-6 with 4.5 to go here in the first half of play. Inbounds pass comes to Caitlin Haas. Haas gets it back to her teammate, brings it up over the timeline, and that one's poked away by Grace Miller. She has a 1-on-2 back the other way with Crabtree trailing. Shot is up and in. Nice job there by Grace Miller. She has 8 points, 31-6. Caitlin Haas with the basketball there. She brings it up over the timeline, gets the screen from Brianna Dick. Now Dick will get it into the hands of her teammate. She'll spin around, and off the glass it won't go. Grace Miller gets the rebound. Miller gets it to Vettel. Vettel poked the pass to Wagner, was poked away. That stops the clock with 3:45 to go here in the first half of play as Crabtree and Morris, along with Alicia Maddox, wearing number 10 for ND Pro Olson, check into the lineup. Miller gets the pass underneath, and she gets fouled as she goes to the hoop. First free throw from Miller is up and in. She has 9 points now. She can make this one. She'll be the first from either team to enter the double-digit club. And she does. She has 10 points on the morning. I think that's the first time that I've had a game that wasn't in the evening and I didn't automatically say on the evening. They'll work the ball and went through the hands of Sadie Stevenson out of bounds. That'll be a turnover, and the ball goes back to ND Pro Olson. Our next game, game number 2, will be ND Pro Jacobson versus ECI White. That'll be game 2 of the day. So they work the ball around. Wagner, far side 3, rolls off the rim, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Brianna Dick. Dick will bring it right down the middle of the court. Bounce pass into the lane. The shot is up, won't go. Dick gets the rebound. The follow-up's up and in. Quick pass down the court there into the hands of Maddox, and that one's poked away, and then Maddox gets it back. Gets it to Crabtree. A little bit of ping pong there, and now Wagner has it. Wagner dribbles in far side, or near side I should say, pops it to Morris. Morris tried to drive the baseline, then there was a whistle, and a foul's coming here, as well as some substitutions on ECI Gray. Inbounds pass finds its way into the hands of Shrima. She drives to the hoop. That one will not roll in. Shrima gets it to Crabtree, and she just splits defenders, drives right to the hoop. And she draws the foul as a result. 2:44 to go here in the first half of play. Kaylee Crabtree, free throw in. That's her first points of the morning so far. Emily Shrima and Grace Miller, top 2 scorers for ND Pro Olson. As Crabtree will get both of her free throws. Makes it 34-8. 3-pointer on the way, off the rim, won't go. Rebound comes down to the hands of Shrima. Shrima up court now to Crabtree. Crabtree, bounce pass across the lane there for Morris, up and in. Abby Morris, 4 points off the bench for ND Pro Olson, and that makes it a 36-8 game. And work it into the hands there, Stevenson. Stevenson pops it out. 3 on the way and in. 3 by Caitlin Haas, her first bucket of the game. And ECI Gray is in double digits now. They work the ball around the key, over to Crabtree on the far side. Both Crabtrees have the same shoes, only on the opposite feet. So Kylie Crabtree has the green shoe on the left foot. Kaylee Crabtree has the green shoe on the right foot. I think, anyway. Yes, that is absolutely correct. It would not be hard to misidentify them in a potato sack race where you have to, I forgot what they, not a potato sack race, but I forgot what they called that race where they tie the 2 feet together. Kylie Crabtree with the basketball now. Just a little over 90 seconds to go here in this one. At the free throw line is Kylie Crabtree, and that one's a little bit short. .137 to go as more substitutions come in for ECI Gray. Crabtree's second free throw is in. Put one more on the board, and it's 37-11. Back the other way now, it's Sauvé Seymour. She'll pop it over far corner. Seymour gets it back. Now they work it up top. That's Bartles. Bartles look inside. I believe that's Seymour with the basketball, and it was. And she lost it. Poked away, picked up there by Alicia Maddox. Maddox puts it into the hands of Kaylee Crabtree, and I thought I heard a whistle, but I guess not. Play will continue as Crabtree gets it back for a catch and shoot 3. She got it. Kaylee Crabtree with 5 points now, and it's 40-11. Loose ball, battle for the rebound, still a loose ball, eventually picked up on the near sideline, moved up court back to Kaylee Crabtree. Crabtree has it stripped away there by Sauvé Seymour. Seymour gets trapped at the midcourt stripe, has to get rid of it there, and now a loose ball stays with ECI Gray. But Bartles, I don't know if she lost the grip on the ball there, but the pass did not go where she intended it to have it go. Now Crabtree will try for a 3 from the corner, she got her. See if some adjustments can be made here as 22 seconds remain here in the first half of play. Crabtree with a baseline jumper, 10-footer up and in. That's her first points, not from the free throw line and not from beyond the three-point arc, and it's 45-11. At the buzzer, the shot is up and no good, and that brings us to halftime. Your halftime score. It's 45-11 in favor of ND Pro Olson. We'll take a timeout. Be back in a couple moments with some halftime numbers right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. You've heard about Christmas in July, but we didn't miss Christmas last year. So Three Lions Pub is holding a St. Patty's Day in July this coming Friday, July 17th from 4 p.m. to close. Corned beef and cabbage until it's gone. Plus, specials on all your favorite St. Patty's Day drinks. Win prizes and also get a sneak peek at the full menu. Plus, bring your friends and have fun with live music from Sean Mitzel in the evening. That's this Friday, July 17th at Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal or your daughter's set sealing a serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network. All right, welcome back. We're at halftime, about 30 seconds away from the start of the second half here. It's 45-11 in favor of ND Pro Olson. Individual scores, unofficially, according to my numbers. ND Pro Olson with 3 players in double digits. Grace Miller leading the way with 12. Emily Shrema and Kaylee Crabtree with 10 apiece. 6 for Addie Wagner, both from behind the three-point arc. And then you got 4 for Abby Morris and 3 for Kylie Crabtree over for ECI Gray. Caitlin Haas with 3, Jaden Hecox with 2, Savannah Gustafson with 2, Solveig Seymour with 1, Brianna Dick with 2, and Sadie Stevenson with 1. Let me double check that here. Okay. Correction, Caitlin Haas has 2. Her foot was on the line with the three-pointer that we gave her credit for originally. All right, we're underway at the second half. Once again, ND Pro Olson in the red jerseys and ECI Gray in the gray jerseys. As that 3 is a little bit off the mark. Rebound is snagged there by Avery Bartles. Bartles gives it to Seymour, brings it over the timeline. Seymour back up top to Bartles. Bartles getting around the defender, takes it to the free throw line, strong off the glass. Rebound comes down into the hands of Shrema. Shrema court to Kaylee Crabtree. Just inside the three-point line, an 18-footer off the mark. She gets her own rebound, feeds it back to Shrema, and now back underneath, that's Grace Miller with 14 points. Into the corner, and that was out of bounds off the fingertips and out of bounds, and it'll go back to ND Pro Olson. Grace Miller with the basketball. And that one will roll off the back of the rim. Fighting for the rebound underneath was Abby Morris. Morris feeds it back inside there for Shrema. Shrema spins around, battles through defenders, and drops in the bucket. Nice job by Shrema. I have her down for 12. Savannah Gustafson brings the ball up, and that was immediately intercepted by Grace Miller. It was poked away defensively there by Kenzie Hoff, but it was ND Pro Olson getting the ball back, and now a loose ball is tracked down and saved from going over the timeline. Avoids the over and back violation. Now Kennedy Vettel will try for a three. That's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Seymour. She brings it back up the court strong and quickly, and now that'll be a reach-in foul here. Bounce pass comes inside there for Bartles, and she travels. That stops the clock, or it's actually a running clock, I guess, because of the score. So this clock will not stop for the remainder of this game, I believe. Grace Miller to the hoop, gets fouled. So yes, that is correct. The clock is continuing to roll. That one's off the mark as well, as Miller misses both. I have her down for 2 for 6 in the game so far from the free throw stripe. Add 3 more points for ND Pro Olson, and it is 50-11. They'll work it inside there. That's Brooke Johnson, and Johnson has the ball taken away. Miller picks it up, brings it up over the timeline. Miller stops at the three-point line, hesitated, thought about the shot, now works it inside. Tried to get it to Shrima, but she was fouled. And once again, I don't have a number 30 on my roster for ECI Gray, so I'm not sure who that is. Kylie Crabtree checks in. Kaylee Crabtree checks out. Grace Miller checks out, and I didn't see. I'm guessing. I think it was maybe Addie Wagner who came into the lineup for Grace Miller. That's. It was either her or Alicia Maddox. Those are only two that I don't remember being out on the floor before. So up top, Kennedy Vettel. They'll work it down low. Shrima off the glass and in. Emily Shrima having a great morning. Ate her Wheaties today, that's for sure. 3 on the way, and that one's off the front rim, won't go. Rebound goes into the hands of Maddox. Maddox hands it off there for Vettel. Vettel through the defenders. That one won't quite make it in. Goes off someone's shoe, chased down over the timeline there by Crabtree. That's Kylie Crabtree directing traffic with her left hand. Behind the back dribble, gets the screen, comes off the screen from Maddox. Lost the ball, picked up on the loose ball there by Sadie Stevenson. Stevenson will bring it back over the timeline with 9:18 and counting to go here in the second half of play. That three is up and in from Caitlin Haas. 50-14, make that 52-14. I forgot to add the last bucket there from Emily Shrima. Tipped as it goes inside, out of bounds. I believe it's going to ECI Gray, and it does indeed. That is indeed the case. Clock continues to roll, running clock here, 8:50 and counting. Top of the key three. That one looked good coming out of her hand, but it just rolled around to the rim and came off. Down into the hands of Vettel for the rebound. Loose ball chasing into the corner there. Now they work it back up top for Crabtree. Crabtree gets around the defender. Got her defender to go up in the air, and that gave her a little bit of space to get to the basket and score the hoop. Nice job there offensively for Kylie Crabtree, who has 5 points now. And it's 54-14 and a 40-point advantage for ND Pro Olson. Just outside the free throw line. Once again, another one that kind of looked good coming out of her hand, but just didn't have that friendly bounce that she was looking for. Addie Wagner make that look a little bit too easy. She got around the defender and laid it in. She has 8 points now, according to my numbers, and we have a timeout on the floor, so that will stop the clock with 7:55 to go here. 56-14. Once again, the team fouls on there are cumulative between first and second half. We don't have official team fouls on the board there, so those team fouls are pretty close to accurate, if they are not accurate. At ND Pro, Olson down with 4 in the first half, 1 so far here in the second half, and 6 in the first half for ECI Gray, and 1 so far in the second half, for a total of 5 and 7. Once again, Mike Mason with you here. Timeout on the floor, and it's 56-14 in favor of ND Pro Olson. Our second game of the day will be ND Pro Jacobson versus ECI White. Then at approximately 11:30 this morning, we'll have ECI Gray. We'll see ECI Gray once again against North Tartan 15U Elite. I believe that's the number 9 team, if I'm not mistaken. And then coming up at approximately 12:15 is ND Pro Jacobson versus North Tartan 8. So we'll have all those games for you live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network as we come out of the timeout. Caitlin Haas with the basketball, and now they'll work it up top here for Stevenson. Stevenson being guarded by Wagner, passes it away and driving into the lane there, lost it off her knee, and it'll go back to ND Pro Jacobson, or Olson, excuse me. They'll work it around the perimeter here. It's into the hands of Vettel now. Dribbles over far side. Free throw line extended, nearly poked away, but Crabtree able to maintain possession of it. Working into the hands of Addie Wagner. She'll put up a 3. That one's a little bit short. And that one's saved, and the loose ball will eventually be won by ECI Gray. And now coming around that far corner there, they're going to call a foul on Kennedy Vettel. Body blocking foul. Body foul. Triggering the inbounds pass from the far sideline at midcourt is Solveig Seymour. Seymour will trigger it in here for Gustafson. Gustafson uses up her dribble. Tried to work it inside, but worked it into Kaylee Crabtree, and that's the wrong team. So Kaylee Crabtree will bring it back here for ND Pro Olson. Nice ball movement there by ND Pro Olson. Miller got her own rebound, and then she draws a foul. So the clock will continue to roll. 6:14 and counting to go here. Foul was on Savannah Gustafson. So it'll be an inbounds pass from the baseline here for ND Pro Olson. And a quick shot off the inbounds pass, up and in. Nice job there by Alicia Maddox for her first bucket of the game. And that makes it 60-14. And another interception as Wagner picks off the pass. Wagner with a baseball pass, tried to get it to Miller, and just off her fingertips. That'll go back to ECI Gray. 5.5 minutes to go here in this one. That one's off the mark. Miller grabs the rebound. Crabtree pushes it near side. I believe that is Maddox. No, check that, Morris. Off the mark. Battle for the ball. They will call a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors ND Pro Olson. They'll work it into the hands there of Jaden Hecox, number 5 for ECI Gray. Now on the near side, that is Kenzie Hoff. She'll work it back up to the top of the key. 3-pointer on the way, a little bit off the mark. Rebound is there for Hoff, and she gets the bucket up and in. That's her first 2 points of the game, and it's 60-16. So they work it back down to Grace Miller, and that one don't go in. She'll get her own rebound, fight through defenders, and draw the foul. That one is on Gustafson once again. So Kaylee Crabtree will trigger the inbounds pass. She'll get it into Grace Miller. Miller with one dribble, puts it up, misses it. Battle for the ball, and it eventually picked up by ECI Gray as Avery Bartles brings it back over the timeline. Bartles tried to feed a pass there to Kenzie Hoff, but Hoff wasn't aware of that pass on its way, and Wagner comes back, puts a 3 off the front of the rim. Bartles will get, or no, check that, that's Hoff, and she'll take the shot from the free throw line. That won't go. Rebound scooped up on the far side there by Miller with a defender trailing. Feeds it to Wagner, back up top for a wide open Alicia Maddox for 3. 63-16 and timeout on the floor. I'll actually stop the clock with 3:27. We'll start our clock again, 3:22 and counting. In pass that was intended down low there for Hecox was tipped, and then it eventually go out of bounds and stay with ECI Gray. So ECI Gray will go to the free throw line here. And that free throw's off the front of the net. No good. Second free throw also no good, and ECI Gray will get the rebound. Try for a 3 outside, off the rim, a little too short on that one. Kylie Crabtree grabs the rebound. Crabtree with the behind the back dribble. She comes across the timeline now, trying to get around the defender. Setting things up, gets into the hands of Vettel. Vettel feeds it near side, back Crabtree open for 3. Got it, she got it, she got it. 5 points in the second half, 8 in the game for Kylie Crabtree. Makes it 66-16, and put 2 more points on the other end. It went a little bit too quickly there, and I didn't see who made the basket there for ECI Gray. I was looking down, adding the 3 points for ND Pro Olson, and then they came back and scored a basket that quickly. It happens occasionally. Near side here, it's Hecox. Nice move into the lane, nice strong move, got her own rebound, also draws the foul. Clock continues to tick at 1:40 and counting. Going to the free throw line is Jaden Hecox. Hecox, 5'7", graduates in the year 2023. Lives in West Fargo. I'm not sure if she goes to West Fargo or Cheyenne. It doesn't tell me that, but I can probably narrow it down to one of those 2 schools. So that one's up and in. (66-19). As Crabtree brings it over the timeline, puts it into the hands there of Morris. Morris back to Kylie Crabtree. Now Vettel. Vettel into the hands. That is Alicia Maddox. Maddox pops it back to Kaylee Crabtree. Now Kylie Crabtree has it. Crabtree pushes it into the corner. Maddox up top for Vettel. Vettel drives down the near side of the lane, and that one's in and out. Nice move there by Vettel. Just didn't get the friendly bounce. Coming back the other way there, it's Hoff. Or check that, it was Brianna Dick, and she got poked. Ball poked from behind, and that drew a foul. And the foul will simply be an inbounds pass here, and driving the baseline up and in. Nice job there by Brianna Dick. We'll see if ND Pro Olson settles for the final shot. Right now, 66-21 with 5 seconds to go. And looks like Kaylee Crabtree will dribble this one out. And that is your final score. 66-21. We'll take a short timeout, add up some numbers, and then we'll get you set for game number 2 here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. You've heard about Christmas in July, but we didn't miss Christmas last year. So Three Lions Pub is holding a St. Patty's Day in July this coming Friday, July 17th from 4 p.m. to close. Corned beef and cabbage until it's gone. Plus, specials on all your favorite St. Patty's Day drinks. Win prizes and also get a sneak peek at the full menu. Plus, bring your friends and have fun with live music from Sean Mitchell in the evening. That's this Friday, July 17th at Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal, your daughter's set sealing a serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network. All right, welcome back. Your final score in Game 1 of 9 of the day. ND Pro Olson with a big win over ECI Gray by the final score of 66-21. Unofficial final individual numbers here. We'll start with ECI Gray. Leading the way was Caitlin Haas with 5, and then 3 for Jaden Heacox, 4 for Brianna Dick, 2 apiece for Savannah Gustafson and Kenzie Hoff, and 1 apiece for Sadie Stevenson and Sauvé Seymour. ECI Gray scored 11 in the first half, 10 in the second half for a game total of 21, excuse me. Individual numbers for ND Pro Olson, they were led by Grace Miller and Emily Shrema, who both had 14, according to my numbers. Right behind them was Kaylee Crabtree with 10, Kylie Crabtree with 8, and Addie Wagner also had 8 of her own, 5 for Alicia Maddox and 4 for Abby Morris. ND Pro Olson scored 45 in the first half, 21 in the second half for a game total of 66. Once again, your final score, 66-21. I'm looking for a button here. There we go. That's the button I'm looking for. If you go to our website at ND Sports, or check that, msportsnet.com, under the broadcast button, click on demand, and you'll come to this screen right here. And as soon as that 9 a.m. turns to watch, if you missed the game, you can watch it again on demand 24/7 in case you missed the alarm and didn't wake up this morning. We got another one coming up for you here in approximately 30 minutes. At about 10:15, it'll be ND Pro Jacobson versus ECI White. Then at 11:30, we have ECI Gray and North Tartan 15U Elite. And then 12:45, it'll be ECI White with North Tartan 8. 2 o'clock will be ND Pro 2022 versus ECI Pink. 3:15 will be ND Pro 2021 versus Alexandria. 4:30 p.m., Kindred versus the ND Storm. 5:45, we'll have Alexandria versus Missouri River 17. I'm looking forward to that one personally. Missouri River 17 has a couple of students from the high school that I graduated from, but I won't say when I graduated from that high school. And then 7 o'clock, we'll wrap things up for day 1 of 2 here with ND Pro 22 against the ND Storm. Though it's not on our website, I can indeed tell you what's coming up tomorrow as well. And since we have about 28 minutes and 35 seconds before the next game gets started here, let's go ahead and do that. So the first game tomorrow will be at 8:30 a.m. It'll feature Kindred versus Missouri River 16. And then after that at 9:45, we'll have ND Pro 2021 versus Missouri River 17. Game 12 at approximately 11 a.m. will feature ND Pro 2022 versus Missouri River 16. Game 13, let's see if I can find it here, will feature ND Pro Jacobson, which against North Tartan 8 at about 12:15. And then game 14 tomorrow will be Kindred versus ECI Pink at approximately 1:30. Game 15, 16, 17, and 18 will be the playoffs. So depending on the win-loss records of all the pool play games from courts 2 and 3, we're in court 3. Court 2 is over on the other end. If we get final scores from those, we'll pass those along to you. But depending on the outcomes of those games will determine who plays in games 15, 16, 17, and 18 tomorrow. So we know We know 5 of the 9 games for sure for tomorrow, and then the final 4 games of tomorrow will be the playoffs, and those are yet to be determined. So we'll update our website during the break if we have time. I think we might, and all that good stuff. So once again, your final score, ND Pro Olson 66, ECI Gray 21. Pro Olson led by Grace Miller and Emily Shrema with 14 apiece and 10 for Kaylee Crabtree. And ECI Gray led by Caitlin Haas with 5 and Jaden Brianna Dick with 4. Thanks so much for watching. Next game coming up at about 11:30, just about 25 minutes away. We'll be back here in a moment on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.